This is Stuart, your host with Sculpted by Faith, back again on another video. And today we're going to talk about why faith is so important. And I'm going to just outline two Bible verses that we're going to go over and one live example that I want to use about your faith, which you're going to use. You can use in the real world. So one, Matthew 9:29 states, "Then he touched their eyes and said, 'According to your faith, let it be done to you.'" That's the first one. And the second one is Matthew 6:6. "But when you pray, go into your room and close the door and pray to your Father who is unseen, and then your Father who sees what you've done in secret will reward you." Okay, so what we want to touch about is the faith, right? You need faith. So it's the first thing you need. You need that. You need faith. In order to get faith, you gotta what? Pray, right? So the Bible verse that comes to mind where it talks about Matthew 6:6, where he talks about going into that closet or going to that space where you can talk to God and have a communication and a relationship. That's what you want to have, because like I said, faith is important and you can't do anything without it, because in Matthew 9:29 it says, "According to your faith, let it be done to you." So it tells you that a lot of things in life is done by faith. You have the faith to even get up to go into your job because you know they're going to pay you, right? You have faith in them, right? You have faith in yourself that you're going to continue doing what you're supposed to do, right? Everything in life has some type of faith tied to it. And in fitness, it definitely does. And I'm going to tell you why. And here's why. So we know about the faith, right? So I'm going to erase that. So the example that I wanted to tell you about is this: progressive overload. Let's say you start off with 45 pounds, right? With whatever lifting you're doing, it's 45 pounds. Now, progressive overload means each week you progressively getting better. Let's say you do 5 pounds more. Most people actually have 3 to 4 sets, but let's just say you got 3 sets, right? Set number 1, set number 2, and set number 3, right? I'll put the set by just in case so you know. So you see it there. And each set has about, let's say, 10 reps. So write that out. Some people are visual learners, so that's how it was. I learned that, I remember in kindergarten, a teacher was saying that I wasn't like catching on, but I actually learned visually. I have to visually see it. And then there's a glare from that ring thing. So look at it, it's right on the set thing. Ain't that something, right? Set, right? So with these sets, you gotta progressively get better. Now you're starting off at 45, right? The first week. And you're doing 45, 10 reps, blah, 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 all the way down, right? And now, by faith, what you're gonna do is you're gonna increase that weight the next week, 5 more pounds. So now you're doing a total of 50 for these same reps. And we're doing progressive overload. I'm telling you, you're gonna get big. It's inevitable. As long as you have a healthy diet that's in place, that you're actually following, and you gotta count your calories, because if you don't do that, it doesn't work. Because you have to have some type of app or something that you can count your calories, a scale that you can have to weigh everything out, because it's not gonna work. You can't just wing everything in life. You have to have goals. Like in my previous video, you gotta have goals in order to reach the things you want to reach. Remember, the clarity, the focus, and the direction to achieve these things, I'm building on these videos. Stay with me. You gotta have some type of faith in order to do it. That's why Matthew 9:29 says, "According to your faith, let it be done to you." Your faith is everything. It's based on how you are as a person. Are you going to be faithful to your spouse? Are you going to be faithful to your job? And most importantly, are you going to be faithful to God? Because when you're in alignment with Him, you're going to notice that a lot of things you do are going to be very successful. And this is why faith is important. You get it now? So those two Bible verses I went over have a lot to do with fitness. Because if you want to see substantial growth in your body and just in life, period. Remember, we're in this movie called Life, right? And God is the director. He has a script, which is the Bible, and we are supporting actors. Me and you, we're in this movie thing, right? Most of us don't even know that we're in a movie. That's sad, but it's just the truth. But if you know you're in the movie and you got a relationship with the director, communicate with him. And how do you do that? Matthew 9:29. According to your faith, it shall be done to you. Matthew 6:6. Go to that closet and pray. I'm telling you. I have done so many things in my fitness journey. I had prayed to ask God for him to send somebody to me for me to get into shape. He sent somebody. I went to that prayer closet, Matthew 6:6, got it done. I believe, Matthew 9:29, reached the goal. And I'm still reaching the goal. So look, let me erase this real quick. You know, it didn't erase all that well, but you know what I mean, right? You know, you get it though, right? That's why faith, I'll write it again, is what? Important. Because without it, you're not successful. You're really not. Because it is the actual key to you being successful in everything in life. Because if you're not successful and you don't have a plan, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to succeed. And more than likely, most of the time, in order for God to do things for you, you got to have faith. And how do you get faith? Prayer. That's as simple as that. And I'm done. I'm really done. Please like, comment, subscribe to the video. It really is going to help us. I'm trying to start a new movement here. Everything you have to do is dealing with faith, and it's your relationship with God. So hone in on that. If you're missing your counting calories and stuff, faith and prayer, because it's important. It's important to your success. It really is. I know the glare is right there. Don't worry about that. That's irrelevant. But you get what I'm saying, right? I'm hoping that you do. I'm hoping that this is actually, you know, it's sinking in to where, you know, you can learn from this. You got to. You really do. And this stuff is, I should have. I have other stuff that I can wipe it down with, but I didn't. But once again, those two Bible verses, Matthew 9:29 and Matthew 6:6 are very important in your life. I'm telling you. You're looking at a living witness of what it can do. I have a before picture where I was, I'm going to show up here, where I was overweight. I was 290, almost pushing 300. If I kept going, I would have been on my 600-pound life. I wouldn't have got that far, but just this is the mindset. I want to stop. I want to get better. So what did I do? One last time. That's it. I prayed. Prayer. And that's what's going to take you to get to your fitness goals. Don't let anybody else tell you that. Because they tell you anything other than that, they're lying to you. Because God is the key. And you need this to get that. So until next time, this is Stu with Sculpted by Fitness. And I'll see you next time. Please like, comment, subscribe to the video. And you know what I always do. On my videos every single time. You know me. Peace.